showed it to me, but I
I'll
don't
check.
like checking the crap.
No, all it does is take all that
Stuff
off
off.
the screen. It's a lot better. Just a little button on the side. You put that in.
Is that menu? That menu? Instead of like
It's all there. It takes that whole thing off the screen.
I meant to ask you when we talked about full mace, and we was talking about when you zoom in on it.
Yeah, zoom in on it.
Zoom in on it.
Where it's
I looked up.
taking up the whole screen.
If you would have went like this, yeah, I would have went in.
Take up the whole screen. No, everything is good. Gabbard the other guy, he was cracking me up. He was fixated on the sign language person.
I saw that.
It's like, okay, that was cool. And then he went around and showed the other one, another one on the other side of the show. Okay, that was cool. And then he went back. And then he went back. Finally, I say the texting. It's like,
Okay, enough.
it was good to show it, but,
Yeah.
and he just, oh, they're so cool.
Kneeling down.
Yeah, I know. I just
Shot.
okay, we need to see the students and.
Got that. No, I seen one movie that did that.
Yeah, you kind of get a higher view. The only problem is it's hard to keep it square.
But then you just take a couple shots and then like hit it, and you come back to me.
Now that's good to do that if you can pull it off. It's good. It's a good because when you're on ground level, you just basically see the people in that.
Right, that's what I was doing at one time.
No, it's a good shot. You probably have to turn the viewfinder where it's straight down, and even that would look weird because you'd be looking up at it, and so it's just kind of hard to keep it. The one thing that is bad is, and I know it's hard, is if you get to moving around too much, what looks like on here is it's like you're on a roller coaster, an ATV. Yeah, you got to move slow and keep it real steady and try to keep it square, which is hard. I know that's hard. It's hard. Well, I bought this deal. I had my IT guy look at it. It's a gyro thing that the camera puts in that keeps it square all the time. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have to move it wherever you want. The camera will stay steady.
Yeah, it stays square.
No matter how you're moving around down here, the camera is going to be right there.
Yep. It's perfectly square all the time.
Good morning. Interpreter services are provided for those guests who would like to use that service. The interpreter is located on the floor to the left of the stage. A few reminders. Consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages or controlled substances is prohibited on the campus of Southeastern. We are a smoke-free and pet-free environment. And please note, the graduate floor is reserved solely for graduation participants and event staff. Encroachment on the surface for any reason, at any time, will result in immediate dismissal. Thank you for your cooperation.
Now, which one is this? Is this master or is this bachelor? Do you know where to stand? Showing the sign like these people who leaving the camera on, like coming back and back and back and leaving the camera on for like 10, 15 minutes. They're texting me going, I'm signing it. He texted back, oh, it's really cool. See, I don't know. These are all full of charts.
They did a little different too. Last night they put the School of Business over there. It was like 3 rows, and then the arts and science and all the rest of them filled up all the way to the back. And then they did the School of Business one first, separate. You know what's weird? There is supposedly technically, and I think over time it's changed, but a difference between a college and a university. The university has several colleges. Like this college, archaeology, business, architecture, something. So you're supposed to have a bunch of different colleges. And like so, like college, mostly today, like junior college, you just get basically one. Everybody gets the same associate's degree. There's different colleges, and each college kind of has each college has its own criteria and requirements. I started counting until I was bored, switching back and forth. It's about 2 to 1 women versus men. That's pretty crazy. they're all gone. They're not reporting until August 7th. And so in Division II, they don't get to practice all summer long like they do for big school. Well, it's not to get shape, but they actually learn practice and learn the playbook and all that kind of stuff and work on pass routes and things like that and have scrimmages and all this stuff all summer long. And here, nobody's here. There's no players here right now. Yeah, and you've got about a month or less. No, the first game till August 31st, so yeah. Punch it all in. So Derek, memory. So because they were postgraduates last night, they had hoodies ceremony, so Gabby got over right in front of them. And I think they did that. Yeah, no, we had a hoodie ceremony. And so you're just gonna have to play by ear. I don't know what they do with that. Seems like they no, but I'm talking about on the first inning, on the far side. So what they would do is they would walk up and the guy would put the gun over their neck and they would assist them with the pitcher. They're not going to put something over their neck, but they only want to do that. No, that's just the first one.
I had them in the diploma, but you got that, and I'm over here getting them walk off.
Yeah, but oh yeah, and they shook their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this time you need to be over there by that point to the right. So it's kind of right in that area.
Yeah, I remember one year we tried to get on the other side, but we couldn't look at it. We were almost getting from the back, and we couldn't. So we just moved over right and caught it.
You just gotta get the best shot. I mean, it's not that big. Yeah, let's go down there. I'll show you.
Good morning and welcome to the 2023 Summer Commencement Ceremony at Bloomer Sullivan Arena on the campus of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. We would like to share some general information to make your time here more enjoyable. Nursing mothers will find a family restroom in the northeast corner of the concourse to assist them. If this space is occupied, please find a member of our staff to assist you with locating an alternate location. A QR code has been provided at the tables on the concourse with a link to the digital commencement program if you wish to use that option. Southeastern is a mask-friendly campus and hand washing stations are available in the restrooms. Have a child not enjoying the ceremony as much as you are? The Blue and Gold Suite on the north end of the concourse has been provided for use as a crying room. Interpreter services are provided for those guests who would like to use that service. The interpreter is located on the floor to the left of the stage. A few reminders. Consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages or controlled substances is prohibited on the campus of Southeastern. We are a smoke-free and pet-free environment. And finally, the graduate floor is reserved solely for graduation participants and event staff. Encroachment on the surface for any reason at any time may result in immediate dismissal. Thank you for your cooperation. We will begin the ceremony shortly.
places they don't take care of it right. They just never do it. Yeah. And you go 10, 12 years, you know, without. Then it gets darker and darker and darker and darker. Oh yeah, I power washed my freaking wood fence like 8 times until I finally got one board at a time. You know, because it gets dirt. It looks fresh like when you do it, but God, it takes forever. Because you're doing one board like 500 boards. It's funny those old gray wood fences you see. You could power wash those and they would look like green wood. Probably. Yeah, I did all that. I power washed it down and then sealed it. Yeah. It's on this side. Oh, it was on? Oh. It should say on there. It's got a battery this way. Push forward. It's got a little battery symbol. Huh? What? We're good. Here, you can carry it on this one. Just remember to give it back.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Summer 2023 Commencement Ceremony at Southeastern Oklahoma State University. We are so pleased to be able to celebrate with you today the achievements of your graduate and all of that means for your family. Today we want to make this ceremony very special for you, and so we ask your assistance in a few things. First off, we ask that you silence your cell phones so that you don't miss your graduate's name being called by answering a telephone call. Additionally, if you would, you might want to text out to your other friends and family that we are live streaming the ceremony today on the university's website. That's se.edu. And when you do that, they'll be able to watch from afar and celebrate at home as well. We do have several emergency exits that I'd like to draw your attention to. While we don't anticipate an emergency, we do want to make sure that you know how to safely exit the arena. We have some doors at the top of the arena on the concourse underneath the jerseys, and we also have doors to my right and to my left behind the stage for those of you that might need to exit from the floor. In case of an emergency, we will have marshals and directions from the stage to help guide you safely out of the space. We also ask that you not come on the floor for any reason during the ceremony. We have graduates moving and people moving around getting up to the stage, and we'll make sure that our professional photographers catch your graduate as they go across the stage and have multiple opportunities for those pictures as well. After the ceremony, we ask that you meet your graduate outside of the arena. They'll be ushered all the way out of the building, so it's best to connect with them again outside after the ceremony, as they won't be coming back in. So in a few moments, we'll begin, and when we do so, we'll start with the familiar phrases from Pomp and Circumstance. And so when you hear that, we're going to ask that you stand at that point and remain standing for the processional, our Star-Spangled Banner, and also our invocation. So the guests are now in their places, the faculty are in their places, and the students are in their places. And so let's begin shortly.
Please remain standing if you are able as we honor our nation with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
As is tradition, let us pray. Father, we come to you again today, grateful, thankful, and blessed. We know that today wasn't promised for any of us, but that your grace is sufficient for all of us. So we don't take today for granted. We're all here this morning to honor you and these graduates who have worked so hard to get to this point. Late nights, early mornings, exams, setbacks, and sacrifices, they've made it. We recognize that they aren't here today by mistake, but because of your grace, mercy, and love. That the degree that they will receive today isn't given, but earned. That they are here today not by chance, but by hard work, dedication, and commitment. Although today wasn't promised, you did promise them plans to prosper them and to give them a future, a life and a life more abundantly, and to direct their paths. My prayer for these grads is that you guide them, give them discernment, help them find their way. Help them use their degrees to be game changers and to be the change that they want to see in the world. May you bless them and keep them. May your face shine upon them and you be gracious to them. May you turn your face toward them and give them peace. Bless this awesome university, Southeastern Oklahoma State, and the proceedings here today. Bless the staff, students, community, and those gathered here this morning, and especially these graduates as they take on the world. And all God's people said, amen. You may be seated.
It's a small group this morning, but I expect it to be a loud and vocal celebration for these graduates. Good morning. Welcome to Bloomer Sullivan Arena. My name is Dr. Thomas Newsom, and I am the privileged and proud 21st President of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. On behalf of the graduates, faculty, and staff of Southeastern, it's with great delight that we welcome all of the families and friends who have joined us today on such a momentous occasion. I know many of you have traveled great distances to be here and to share in what is truly an amazing celebration. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of groups who are special to our university. First, I'd like to recognize those who are active military or military veterans. Designated graduates and faculty wear a special red, white, and blue honor cord. Graduates, faculty, and guests who are active military or military veterans, at this time, if you would please stand so that we may show our appreciation for your service. Secondly, I'd like to ask any alumni of Southeastern Oklahoma State University to stand and be recognized and be joined by all of our graduates who are legacy students. Alumni, please stand, and if you are a child or grandchild of a Southeastern graduate and are graduating today, please stand and be recognized. At Southeastern, we are truly proud of our legacy as a university. Founded in 1909, and today more than 15% of our student body are considered legacy students, children or grandchildren of Southeastern alumni. At this time, I'd like to thank our soloist, Binion Stevenson, who is a vocal performance major and a student of Dr. Stella Yoon, for his performance of the national anthem. Thank you, Binion. I'd also like to thank Fasiri Ellison from the Wesley Student Center for offering this morning's invocation. Thank you, Fasiri. At the front of the podium and as part of our procession this morning, you see the University Mace. The Mace was created to emphasize Southeastern Oklahoma State University's rich history and was used for the first time in the 1987 investiture of Dr. Larry Williams. Symbolically, maces are associated with the authority of governmental, religious, and educational institutions. In the university context, the mace symbolizes the independence and authority of the institution, as well as the role of the president in protecting its educational values. I want to acknowledge Dr. Catherine Shannon, Professor of Educational Instruction and Leadership and Chair of the Southeastern Faculty Senate, who is the mace bearer this morning. Thank you, Dr. Shannon. Commencement is truly one of life's significant milestones, and on behalf of the entire university, I want to congratulate all of our graduates and their families. This summer, holding 2 commencement ceremonies, we conferred master's degrees and certificates last night, and this morning we will be conferring bachelor's degrees. Graduates, you are to be commended for your perseverance in pursuing your degree. Congratulations on a truly job well done. Graduates, you are a special group, and this is your time to celebrate as you take another step in your professional life. But keep in mind that nobody reaches this point and walks across the stage to receive their degree without the help of many others. Your parents, spouses, other family members, and friends have all encouraged you, supported you, pushed you, and sacrificed for you to pursue your higher education goals. Graduates, at this time, I'd like to give you the opportunity to offer a round of applause to those groups and thank them for their support. We also need to recognize another group of people who have been instrumental in your lives and supported you, and that being the faculty and staff of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. Faculty and staff of our university, if you'd please stand and allow our graduates to show you their appreciation as well. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to introduce our endowed professors and chairs and also acknowledge the generous donors who made those professorships and chairs possible. Our endowed professors, the Medical Center Professor in Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Nancy Paiva, the John Massey Professor in Business, Dr. Lucy Parmer, the Chickasaw Nation Endowed Professor in Business Management, Dr. Courtney Kernick, the Donna Massey Professor in Music, Dr. Jerry Walker, the Pam Ferendorf Endowed Professor in Mathematics, Dr. Charles Matthews, and our endowed chairs, the Ingalls Family Chair in Biomedical Sciences, Dr. Tim Smith, the John Massey Chair in Finance, Dr. Ying Chow Lin, the John Massey Chair in Accounting, Dr. Rhonda Richards, the John Massey Chair in Business Administration, Dr. Robert Stevens, the John Massey Chair in Marketing, Dr. Lawrence Silver, the John Massey Chair in Entrepreneurship, Dr. David Whitlock, and the John Massey Chair in Business Administration, Dr. Kitty Campbell. I'd also like to, at this time, acknowledge our academic department chairs, Arts and Communication and Theater, Dr. Shannon McCraw, Aviation Management, Dr. Stan Aloisi, Aviation Professional Pilot, Zachary Morgan, Behavioral Sciences, Dr. Jennifer Hicks, Biology, Dr. Diane Dixon. Management and Marketing, Dr. Kitty Campbell. Accounting and Finance, Dr. Rhonda Richards. Chemistry, Computer, and Physical Sciences, Dr. Tim Smith. English, Humanities, and Languages, Dr. Rolando Diaz. Education, Instruction, and Leadership, Dr. Stuart Mayers. Kinesiology, Dr. Kay Daigle. Mathematics, Dr. Charles Matthews. Music, Dr. Michael Sherman. Nursing and Allied Health, Dr. Amanda St. John. Occupational Safety and Health, Dr. Chris Bradshaw. Social Sciences, Dr. Glenn Melanson. And Director of our Aviation Sciences Institute, Mr. Michael Gaffney. This commencement ceremony at Southeastern Oklahoma State University is particularly significant when you consider the fact that just over 50% of our summer graduates are first-generation college students, the first in their families to receive a college degree. Our faculty and staff take a tremendous amount of pride in being a part of this truly life-changing experience for these graduates and their families. This graduating class is also a very diverse group of individuals representing 33 states, 5 different countries, and a number of sovereign tribal nations. Graduates, I congratulate you on a job well done. You're indeed a very special group, and this is your day to celebrate. But remember, this is not the end of your journey, just the beginning. I charge you to go forth and do great things. At this time, I'd like to introduce our platform guests, and if you'll please hold your applause until the entire group has been introduced. Binion Stevenson, our soloist for the National Anthem. Mr. Mark Bisson, Assistant Vice President for Business Affairs. Dr. Susan Ronenberg, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs, Undergraduate Studies. Vasiri Ellison, Director of the Wesley Center. Dr. Mark Shields, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. David Whitlock, the Interim Dean of the John Massey School of Business and John Massey School of Business Endowed Chair in Entrepreneurship. Joe Hill, President of the Southeastern Alumni Association. Liz McCraw, Vice President for Student Affairs. Shelley Key, Vice President for Enrollment Management. Dennis Westman, Vice President for Business Affairs. Dr. Teresa Golden, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Catherine Shannon, Professor of Educational Leadership and Instruction and Chair of the Faculty Senate. Dr. Jeremy Blackwood, Dean of Graduate Studies. Regent Connie Riley of the Regional University System of Oklahoma Board of Regents, and Regent Ann Holloway from the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. We'll be joined later on the stage by Riker Bauman, who is our student body president, who will assist me in the awarding of the degrees. Other members of our executive team who are here participating today are Keith Baxter, Director of Athletics, Durwood Cook, Chief of Campus Police, Dr. Mike Davis, Assistant Professor and Special Assistant to the President for Compliance, Josh Mank, Executive Director of Communications, and Mark Webb, our Director of Alumni Relations and University Development. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge and thank Southeastern Symphonic Winds, under the direction of Dr. Michael Sherman, for providing the music for today's processional. Thank you, Dr. Sherman. We're always honored at Southeastern to have Regent Ann Holloway on our campus, and we are proud to acknowledge that she is a Southeastern graduate. Regent Holloway, who is from Ardmore, was appointed to the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education in 2013 and reappointed in 2015 to serve a 9-year term. She's been a long-time advocate for higher education, having previously served on the Regional University System Board of Regents. Let's welcome to the podium Regent Ann Holloway as she joins us to offer remarks on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. Regent Holloway.
I like being as tall as everyone else. So. I do want to congratulate each of the graduates today, and I do so on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education. I've said many times before, our board only exists to serve you, the student. And from time to time, we try to study how are we performing? How can we do things better for our students and for the taxpayers of Oklahoma. So this past year, we had a committee that, in fact, President Newsom served on the committee with me and 2 of the regents and several other presidents from the various universities and colleges. And we tried to study what were we doing right, what could we do better, and maybe things we should be looking at totally different. So at the end of our study, we developed a program that we call the Blueprint for 2030. And this is our plan to achieve certain goals in 7 years. We broke them down into 4 categories: to produce the workforce-ready graduates. And this is something that the governor has really been talking with us a lot about, how we can encourage our students to go into the fields that are needed to bring industry into Oklahoma. It has to be a hand-in-glove situation for it to work for the state. And then secondly, we had to look at what can we do to grow the pipeline of our students. We automatically think about our high schools, which is our primary source for the pipeline, but we also have to look at other ways. For instance, we have almost 500,000 fellow Oklahomans that have some college, but for one reason or another never finished their degree. And we are hoping to reach out to these individuals and get them back involved in finishing what they started. The state regions, we actually have a program called Reach Higher, and it is totally to help the adult student get back in the swing of things and help them overcome the challenges that they may have. And then we have to focus on the student's success, because again, bottom line, that's what we're all about, is for that student to be all that they can be. That sounds like a Marine, doesn't it? Also, we're looking at ways to improve our systems' efficiency and effectiveness, because like I said, you can never do everything perfectly all the time, so we're always trying to achieve ways of accomplishing our obligations better. And I mentioned about adult education, and many of you have heard my spiel many times, because I bring the story to you to reinforce that you're never too old to start to school even. Maybe you've never actually done that before, or to hop back in and complete it. But my story is that I was married very young, 3 days after high school graduation, and had 3 darling little girls, my husband and I realized I was probably going to be working for the rest of my life. I need to get more education. So after being out of high school 12 years, I went back to school full time. I had set a goal to get those first 2 years done in 2 years, and still worked full time as children's librarian for the city of Ardmore. But truthfully, I was so exhausted when I finished that. I didn't do anything else for some time, because I kept thinking, okay, when I went to Murray, I drove 70 miles a day, 5 days a week. I had to get my hours in. And I thought, I'm just not up to driving 100 miles a day to Southeastern or 120 to ECU. And so I didn't do anything for some time. But then a wonderful thing happened to the community of Ardmore. They started the Ardmore Higher Ed Center. And they sponsored classes from Murray, from Southeastern, from ECU, some from OSU, some from OU. And this just opened the door for my opportunity to finish what I had started. And to make things even better, they established it in an old elementary school on Mount Washington Road. It was Mount Washington Elementary. And it was less than 2 miles from my home. And I thought, if that isn't a God thing, saying, lady, get back in there and finish what you started. So I did, but I wasn't in any big rush. I just took a class here, class there, class here. And after a while, the director stopped me in the hall. He said, Andy, you realize you're almost done. You only need 1 more class and you can graduate. I hadn't even stopped to think about it. So I took that statistics class. I remember it today. And I finished and I graduated with my bachelor's degree from Southeastern Oklahoma State University December of '89. It only took me 29 years after high school to complete my goal. Thank you. But I'm really wanting to direct a lot of my remarks to you that are here supporting your loved ones, that maybe in the past you thought, you know, I wish I'd gone ahead and gone to college, but gosh, it's just too late for me now. I'm too old. I just don't have the capacity to do it. And I'm here to tell you, if I can do it, you all can do it. So take that first step. Any one of our higher ed institutions will be tickled to help you get started and help you achieve that goal maybe that's always been there underlined, but you're thinking, no, I can't do it. I encourage you to make that step and start on a pathway that you'll never regret, because that is something no one can ever take away from you, is your education. Congratulations again to you, the graduates.
Thank you, Regent Holloway. Also joining us this evening is Regent Connie Riley of Okemah, who serves on the Regional University System of Oklahoma Board of Regents. Her love and dedication to education date back to her days as a public school educator. She is a frequent visitor to campus, supporting Southeastern by attending various events. Let's welcome to the podium to deliver remarks on behalf of the Regional University System of Oklahoma Board of Regents, Regent Connie Riley.
Thank you. You can see I don't need that stool. I'm an old basketball player, so I think I'm tall enough. I bring you greetings from the regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma. I am excited to be here to help celebrate with the summer graduates of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. We regents recognize you're accomplishing this significant milestone on your journey. And we recognize that Southeastern has given you the opportunity with its president, Dr. Newsom, and this outstanding faculty and staff. They have given you an opportunity for a college degree that will help you to reach your next success. Your essence of the accomplishments you have done is why we're here today, and I congratulate you. You know, statistics can be really dull. I avoided statistics when I was in college, but I have some kind of exciting statistics. The Federal Bureau of Statistics has come out and has noticed and has reported that if you have a diploma from a college institution from Oklahoma, if you have an associate's degree, you will earn 17% more money than someone with just a high school degree. If you have a bachelor's degree, you will earn 59% more money in your lifetime because you have graduated from an Oklahoma institution. In essence, this is saying that over your lifetime, you will earn approximately $1.3 million more than you would have if you just had a high school degree. That's if you use your college degree. Now, we all know that a college education is not just income. That's important. But we know that it's life-changing, totally life-changing. I know it was for me. I graduated from a very small high school, 23 in my graduating class, and I went to college, and oh my gosh, I was like a deer in the headlights. I mean, it was amazing. It was truly life-changing for me. The opportunities that I was presented, the education, academic experiences I had, the people with whom I formed relationships who are still important in my life today, totally impacted my life. And you know it's going to do the same for you. Southeastern Oklahoma State University is now an important part of your life, and it will be an important part of your life from now on. Your education will impact you, your future children, your grandchildren, your families, your friends. It's amazing the change it will make in your lives. And you can be proud that that life-changing experience came from Southeastern. Southeastern is the fastest growing university in the state of Oklahoma. Southeastern awards more master's degrees than any other university in the state of Oklahoma. It's an outstanding institution. Southeastern has a reputation, a tradition, a heritage of outstanding graduates. You know, Nelson Mandela once said that the power of education is a powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Southeastern graduates have done that. The first female pilot to ever work professionally, she flew for TWA, graduated from Southeastern. Amazing. Amazing. Think of the paths that opened for other female pilots. The man who wrote the Brigance test, which is the test used around the world to test students with special needs to ensure that they get the education and the services they deserve. That test used around the world was written by an educator who graduated from Southeastern. We all know Reba McEntire, give me a break. And Dennis Rodman, now say what you want about Dennis Rodman, but he was a great basketball player, and remember, he met with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. That could have been life-changing, could have been life-death, but it could have been. You are now a part of that heritage. You are now a Southeastern graduate. And in a few minutes, I'm going to shake your hand and congratulate you. And I want you to remain connected to this university because I want to hear what you do. You will continue that tradition. Whether you're the president of a university, a professor, or a member of this staff, you touch hundreds and hundreds of lives who come through your classrooms. That's life-changing. Whether you become a teacher and you create a special atmosphere for your students where they learn and thrive and have opportunities they would never have, that's life-changing. Whether you are a doctor and you save someone's lives on the operating table, no matter what you do in life, if you create a Christian home and raise outstanding kids, that's life-changing. So I'm anxious to shake your hand and congratulate you. And I want you to remain forever connected to this wonderful university so that I can hear in the future that you have continued that tradition, and I'll be told, and one day on this podium I'll talk about what you did, how you impacted the world, how you impacted your community, the changes that you made. Thank you very much for allowing me to be just a small part of this wonderful, wonderful morning. And again, congratulations.
Thank you, Regent Riley and Regent Holloway, for those inspiring remarks. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. Teresa Golden, Vice President for Academic Affairs, to come forward and introduce our honor graduates.
Thank you, President Newsom. This morning, I would first like to recognize students who are serving as marshals for this commencement exercise. The marshals are members of either Blue Key, a national leadership fraternity, or Cardinal Key, a national leadership sorority, who both provide outstanding service at commencement and many other campus functions. Members of Blue Key and Cardinal Key, please stand as we express our appreciation. You may be seated. We are gathered here today to celebrate the academic achievements of every one of our graduates. There are a few, however, whose special achievements deserve recognition. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to recognize these outstanding students. I will now introduce the Summer 2023 honor graduates. honor graduate status is awarded to undergraduate students earning a final grade point average of 3.70 or higher in all of their classes. We will recognize 3 groups of honors graduates. The first is students graduating cum laude or with honors. These students have achieved a 3.7 to 3.79 cumulative GPA. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all in the group have been named. Please hold your applause until everyone is standing. Rachel Dawn D'Alberto, major in Liberal and Applied Studies from Isabella, Oklahoma. Leah Alexandria Patton, major in General Business from Ardmore, Oklahoma. Kai Watkins, major in Marketing from Ada, Oklahoma. Congratulations. You may be seated. The next is students graduating magna cum laude or with high honors. These students have achieved a 3.8 to 3.89 cumulative GPA. Again, please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all in the group have been named. Please hold your applause until everyone is standing. Adele Al-Rashid, major in Occupational Safety and Health from Westlake, Ohio. Jordan Davis, major in General Business from Tyrone, Oklahoma. Megan Gregory, major in Early Intervention and Child Development from Yukon, Oklahoma. Congratulations. You may be seated. The final and most exclusive category of the honor graduates to be recognized is those graduating summa cum laude or with high honors. These students have achieved a 3.9 to 4.0 cumulative GPA. Today we are recognizing the following summa cum laude graduates. Please stand as your name is called and remain standing until all of the group has been named, and please continue to hold your applause until everyone is standing. Catherine M. Aldrich, major in Occupational Safety and Health from Fort Bragg, California. Jonathan Lucas Boyd, major in Management from Caddo, Oklahoma. Brandon Hardesty, major in General Business from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Katie Janely Tiefatiller, major in Finance from Wilson, Oklahoma. Congratulations. You may be seated. As a university, we are honored and fortunate to be surrounded by students of this caliber. You should all be commended for your hard work and dedication to your university, your family, and most importantly, your future. Thank you.
Dr. Golden, I now ask you to present the candidates for the baccalaureate degree.
All right, getting to the fun part here, folks. All right, well, all the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Arts and Sciences, John Massey School of Business, and School of Education and Behavioral Sciences, please stand. President Newsom, these students have completed all the requirements for their respective degrees, and they were recommended by the faculty for the granting of degrees as listed in the program.
Dr. Golden, consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the rules and regulations of the Higher Learning Commission, the rules and regulations of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Regional University System of Oklahoma Board of Regents, and by the authority vested in me by those regents, it is my pleasure to confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree as printed in the program with the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. In testimony thereof, each of you may now come forward and receive your degree.
Esmeralda Acosta. Caleb D. Otten. Adel Barashed. Anna Lynn Benedict. Jonathan Lucas Boyd, summa cum laude. Pamela Carey. Chanda Jo Marie Cooper. Rebecca Cooper. Rachel Dawn D'Alberto, cum laude. Riley Dixon. Maya Leonie Dokes. Adeli Marie Dominic. Allison L. Eddings. Catherine Nicole Irwin. Nia Fennell. J.C. Ray Fuller. Mallory Elise Fox. Ramona R. Fox. Megan Hillary Gregory, magna cum laude. Paige Lee Gregory. Natasha J. Haley. Thomas Irish. Christopher James Johnson. Seth Allen Jones. Emmanuel Elijah Jackson. Nadia Lynn Kent. Trina K. Long. Mackenzie Marie Manning. Macy Lynn King. Skylar Nichols. Caleb Nathaniel Nadu. Lindsay T. Page. Leah Alexandra Patton, cum laude. Robin LeRae Ray. Madison Parker Rector. Caden Reese Sater. Jenna Brooke Swiboni. Catherine Jenna Lee Tifatiller, summa cum laude. Keely Sosi. Kai Ashton Watkins, cum laude. Weldon James Wright. Catherine Elizabeth Waitman.
It's okay to make some noise. It's okay to. Better. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium Mr. Joe Hill, President of the Southeastern Alumni Association, to offer the alumni charge. Mr. Hill.
I want to be clear, I'm fully aware that I'm the only thing between you all celebrating and having lunch, so I will be very brief. For all of you that traveled in today, we want to say welcome. We're so glad you're here on campus with us. To the graduates, on behalf of the Alumni Association, we want to say congratulations. It is especially a privilege for me to be here with you today to celebrate, as I'm a two-time graduate of Southeastern and a third generation, and this university has afforded my family a lot of opportunities. So congratulations. You know, all of you sitting out here today know Southeastern's a family. You sitting out here, y'all all know the president, you know your professors, you know your staff. It's an intimate family. But I also want to tell you it's a global family. The sun never sets on Southeastern graduates. Evidence of this in your graduating class this summer, 33 states and 5 countries are represented. And many of you are first-generation graduates. If that doesn't deserve a round of applause, I don't know what does. Again, on behalf of the Alumni Association, we're so glad you are here. You get 1 year's membership free. We hope you'll come back to campus. We hope you'll take part in events. Events coming up in the very near future are homecoming within the next few weeks. We got tailgate at football games. We also have the Gold and Blue Gala, where we raise scholarship money to help students get to where you are at today. With that, again, I want to say congratulations, and for the people in the audience today, if we could, let's give these graduates one more large round of applause. Congratulations again. Go Storm.
Thank you, Joe. As we close our ceremonies today, I ask you to please rise and join us in singing of our alma mater, the lyrics of which can be found in the back of your commencement program.
Hail to thee, our alma mater, now we sing a praise of you. Noble land of sons and daughters, faithful to the gold and blue, keep your banner ever flying over land and sea. Hail to you, our alma mater, hail SOSU.